Good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather update for this December the 20th, 2013. Beautiful start to the day across eastern North Carolina. A few more clouds in the skies today, but shouldn't put a hamper in your scamper for the most part. We'll make the mention for maybe a shower or two for our coastal areas, but the main story is the big warm-up that we're going to have as we head past the first day of winter, which is tomorrow. It starts at, the winter solstice starts at 12:11 tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about temperatures in the 70s and possibly even the 80s by Sunday. So let's detail that here in the forecast update video. And isn't that a thing of beauty? Coming from the Front Street Village Skycam in Beaufort. Looking over Taylor's Creek and just a beautiful sight down there this morning. You see the clouds in the skies. So we have more clouds this morning. Hopefully somebody sends in a nice picture from the sunrise this morning. Just absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures out the door in the 30s and 40s. Some of the deep cooler pockets back up towards Greenville and Rocky Mountain in the mid-30s this morning, but most of us staying in the low 40s and upper 30s. Here's a look at the forecast today, and we're painting a couple of showers on the precision forecast model, mainly for coastal areas, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one or two, but not too big of an issue. We'll only paint maybe a 10% chance for a shower today. That's going to be mainly for areas east of Highway 17 tonight. Clouds start to break up just a little bit, but I still think we'll go with partly to mostly cloudy skies through the overnight hours before another round of clouds moves in and maybe even a couple of showers as we head towards Saturday. Our forecast for today, into the 60s and 70s, partly cloudy skies, can't complain about it. And like I said, maybe that stray coastal shower. Overnight tonight in the upper 40s and low 50s. Much milder than what we've seen the last couple of nights. You know, yesterday morning we had temperatures in the 20s and 30s. This morning, nowhere near that. And tomorrow morning, definitely not anywhere near that with the upper 40s and low 50s inland, mid to upper 50s along the coast, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Here's that big upper level low that we've been talking about the last several days. Basically a bowling ball low coming down the pipe down right now, all that cold air coming out of Canada. And ahead of that, you got the ridge. And the ridge is pumping in that warm, moist air into the region, and the winds are all going to turn southwesterly for us, and that's going to start to bring in the moisture into our neck of the woods. The yellow ring is a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. That is valid for starting tomorrow morning. From Cincinnati to deep east Texas, includes Houston, Memphis, all the way up to Cincinnati, Nashville, Birmingham, also Mobile, Lake Charles, and all the way down to New Orleans. That red area is a moderate risk for severe weather, a high and moderate risk for that matter. And that stretches from Memphis down to Natchez, Mississippi, through the entire delta, right down the I-55 corridor. So what we've been talking about is basically if you have plans traveling west on I-40 or flying to Memphis, or flying into Memphis, maybe you're catching a connecting flight, because I know obviously this is a big travel weekend. You may want to stay up to date with your carrier, because definitely is going to be that potential for severe weather as the heat pump really moves into our neck of the woods before this frontal boundary moves in. And you see that deep cold coming down out of the Canadian provinces all the way down into Chicago, where with this system they're going to be talking about freezing rain and snow on the back edge of this. But ahead of it, we're talking about record high temperatures. Greenville's record 77. We're forecasting 79 today, and yesterday we were talking about 75. The models really came up on the guidance in the past two runs. New Bern, we're forecasting 80, 79 for Jacksonville, 72 likely on Sunday for Hatteras, and their record is 75. It's going to be close for you guys. Here's Sunday from our BAMS model. Here's the look on Saturday evening. You got a surface low coming up to Memphis, Tennessee. That is a prime location for severe weather for the Mississippi Delta and really across much of the southeast. If you remember April 27th, obviously this is not going to be anything like that, but if you remember April 27th, the low came basically right over Memphis, Tennessee, or just north of there, and that's if you get some cells to form out ahead of that line, that's when you can have the potential, and that's what we're talking about. If any cells form out ahead of that line on Saturday, those are the ones we're going to watch for the potential for rotation and severe weather. Now, the line that moves through, that's probably going to be a line echo, what we call a line echo wave pattern, or a QLCS, or a quasi-linear convective system. And that's where we get those bowing segments. High winds likely. On the backside of that, you got snow. Things start to move off. It starts to eject off towards the north. You see the surface low way to the north, up towards Buffalo, New York, by 3 p.m. on Sunday. So the main energy source way up to the north at this point. You see a couple showers move, and you see the line starting to move into the western half of the state, mainly into the Piedmont. And I think we maybe get some showers in here late in the day on Sunday, but I think the better rain chances come in here on Monday. And the frontal boundary kind of slows down. You see how stretched out this thing is, basically stretching from Maine all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to have a deep moisture pool all the way up to Maine from the Gulf of Mexico. And we have a high pressure ridge offshore, and this thing's going to try to slow this system down to move offshore. So I think most of us will be dry by the time we head towards Tuesday morning. Maybe some showers for the coastal areas, but it's going to be a close call. Some more of the modeling output. This is valid for Friday this afternoon, and we're mainly dry, but I still think that we could see a few coastal showers maybe clipping the coast to this afternoon, and even into tomorrow as well. You see that system really ramping up. You see that is a 998 low developing over towards Texarkana. That thing is going to be deep, and we'll fast forward and look how that thing ramps up. That's Saturday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern. And that thing is nasty looking. That's midnight. That's midnight Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. And man, oh man, that's a heavy rain setup for that. That's what we basically just heavy rain, basically stretching from about Paducah, Kentucky, all the way up into lower Michigan. And back on the edge, that is snow coming down. Snow and freezing rain as that thing ejects out. We're dry here on Sunday. Now, this is a look on Monday, and the Europeans got us still almost dry. This is valid at 1 o'clock on Monday, and we're just getting the leading edge of this. That's Tuesday afternoon, and we're dry, and we're much colder. Temperatures will likely struggle to get into the mid-40s that afternoon. That's Christmas Day. We're dry for the most part. Maybe a coastal shower as some easterly flow starts to back in here. And I think what's going to end up happening on Wednesday, now I'll show you this. This is showing a coastal low pressure system. I don't think we're primed for that just yet. The GFS is painting a inverted trough, and the ensemble members are all pointing towards an inverted trough, basically that coastal front backing inland. So we're likely going to have a chance for some showers on Thursday. Nothing like what the European is showing right now. And temperatures will likely be 40s deep inland and mid to upper 50s near the coast. That's Friday, and that whole thing ejects out. But like I said, that is an outlier from the ensembles all the way to the GFS. But that's Friday, and we're much cooler at this point. And that would bode well with the NAO and the AO turning negative. And then that's Saturday, and we're dry and looking ahead towards next Sunday afternoon. And once again, we're still dry and no real cool air, probably right around normal for this time of the year. And here's a look at our 7-day forecast. And once again, likely going to have record high temperatures on Sunday. First day of winter, 12-11 in the afternoon on Saturday. We're going to be getting close to those records on Saturday, but I think we'll hold off until Sunday to break them. Windy conditions, winds likely turning south and southwesterly, 10, 20, maybe even 25 miles per hour come Sunday into Monday as the frontal boundary pushes through the area. And then much cooler by the time we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. Once again, that inverted trough looks like it would be sometime on Thursday that it starts to back into the region with an easterly flow. Things can get a little crazy as far as the models are concerned. We're going 51 right now, but some of the deep inland pockets may may stay in the 40s all day, and while coastal areas may be as high as the mid and upper 50s. So we'll watch Thursday for the evolution of that. And that Tuesday rain chance is going to be early in the morning as the frontal boundary pushes offshore. But you see 45, the high temperature, 47 on Christmas Day. That'll do it for me here on the ENC Weather Update. Stay up to date with us, Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com. Next update here will be by Monday evening. Switching up some schedules here in the Forecast Center. I'm in for Dante today. David's in for me this weekend. He'll be in tonight as well on the evening newscast, but he's going to be in for me this weekend, and I take over for the entire week of Christmas for him. So I'll be on the evening shift next week with his shift. So you guys have a great rest of your day today, a great weekend, and enjoy the warmer temperatures, and a great weather week ahead.